thank Heather Reams and everyone at Citizens for Responsible Energy Solutions, not only for inviting me to join you this morning, but also for all of the outstanding work that you do to promote common sense, clean energy solutions. I'd like to thank Tammy Howie and the Maryland Tech Council for co-sponsoring today's forum. Last year I had the honor of announcing the merger between the Tech Council of Maryland and the Chesapeake Regional Tech Council to form an even more powerful organization. And this new Tech Council is the leading voice in our state to showcase the collective strength and impact of Maryland's tech sector, which is growing stronger each and every day. And finally, I want to thank each and every one of you for your tireless efforts to support Maryland's thriving clean energy sector. For 3 years, our administration has been leading the charge when it comes to real bipartisan common sense solutions to promote clean energy investment and green jobs and to make our environment cleaner and healthier. We pushed for landmark legislation to cement our state's position as a national and international leader in combating greenhouse gas emissions. We enacted legislation expanding the Climate Change Commission because we can reduce emissions when we embrace solutions such as clean energy deployment and energy efficiency. And we enacted clean air standards that are stronger than 48 other states and nearly twice as strong as the Paris Accord recommendations. As chairman of the 6-state Chesapeake Executive Council, I've been leading the fight to protect and restore federal funding for the Chesapeake Bay. We have now fully funded all of the state's bay restoration efforts for 4 straight budgets in a row, including land conservation programs such as Program Open Space. Our administration is committed an historic $4 billion towards wide-ranging bay initiatives, and we've made tremendous progress. On its latest annual report card, Chesapeake Bay received the highest score for clean water that it has received in more than a quarter of a century. We tripled the number of underwater grasses, which is a key indicator that water quality is improving. Our administration has been proactive and aggressive when it comes to safeguarding our environment, but we've also been just as proactive when it comes to restoring Maryland's economy. I believe very strongly that clean air and water should not have to come at the expense of hardworking families, small businesses, and our economic future. As some of you may know, I spent the greater part of my life as a small business man, and then somehow the voters of Maryland decided to hire me as the CEO of a $50 billion a year enterprise with 90,000 employees, 6.5 million customers. But I decided to run for governor because I wanted to grow our private sector, put more people to work, and to turn our state economy around. And I know that this is not what most politicians typically do, but I've never been a politician before, so we've been just doing exactly what we said we were going to do. We had the best year for business in Maryland in 15 years. Best year for job growth, that's a good one. Best year for job growth in 10 years. We went from losing 100,000 jobs to gaining 100,000 jobs. We went from last place in the Mid-Atlantic region in job creation to first place. We've grown jobs at one of the fastest rates in America. When I was sworn in as governor 3 years ago, we pledged to put Maryland on a new path, and we've been doing exactly what we said we would do. 5 minutes after I was sworn in, I went up to my office for the very first time, and I killed over 100 job-killing regulations that the previous administration had tried to push through in the closing hours of their administration. We've now killed or eliminated 800 regulations. We recently submitted our 4th budget in a row with no new taxes, and I don't think this has ever happened before in Maryland, but we've actually cut taxes 4 years in a row. We eliminated or reduced 255 fees all across state government. Our policies are pro-business, but they're also pro-innovation. When it comes to clean energy, we are finding new ways to unleash the talent that makes Maryland such a leader. and why we were recently named the most innovative state in America. Just last year, we established the Maryland Energy Innovation Institute at the James A. Clark School of Engineering at the University of Maryland College Park. The Institute collaborates with our state academic institutions to participate in clean energy programs, and it develops and attracts private sector investment in clean energy innovation and commercialization in the state. We enacted the Clean Cars Act to increase the investment in the electric vehicle tax credit by 40% and to double the amount of the charging station rebate. Reauthorizing and increasing these incentives by making the purchase and use of electric vehicles and charging stations more affordable and more convenient will encourage more Maryland consumers and businesses to invest in this environmentally friendly mode of transportation. We also enacted the Clean Water Commerce Act, cost-effective, market-based solution for greater nutrient reduction projects in order to help restore the Chesapeake Bay. Our administration strongly supports renewable energy as part of a diversified energy portfolio, but we also understand that decisions around renewable energy need to be made with ratepayers in mind. Our administration has already invested $44 million towards solar and renewable energy projects in Maryland, and we invested $3 million for workforce training for green jobs to ensure that we have a trained workforce to employ at these projects. Our Maryland Energy Administration, led by Dr. Mary Beth Tung, who will be speaking at one of your panels later today, has provided countless grants to assist ratepayers, small businesses, and nonprofits with renewable energy and energy efficiency projects. And these investments are already paying dividends. When I took office, Maryland had only 258 megawatts of solar generation capacity. Now that number has more than doubled to 665 megawatts of deployed solar, which is enough to power 65,000 homes. On January 1st of this year, we became the first state in the nation to provide an energy storage tax credit, which empowers all Marylanders to support grid resiliency, encourages interest in the growing energy storage market in Maryland for both residential and commercial ratepayers, and serves as a model for the rest of the nation. I want to thank you all again for allowing me to join you this morning. I want to thank you for recognizing the power of innovation, collaboration, and partnership when it comes to protecting our environment and supporting Maryland's growing clean energy economy. Thank you all very much.